West Indies have won the toss and decided to bat first in the third and final cricket test match between West Indies and England. This match is coming to you from Birmingham. The West Indies have made one change to their playing 11, bringing in Gudakesh Motie for Kevin Sinclair. So, having won the toss, West Indies decided to bat first. Shamar Joseph passed a late fitness test, or you would say a health test, because he definitely had the flu. But the West Indies medical staff have deemed it that he has recovered satisfactorily to play in this match. Interesting decision by the West Indies. News coming out of Birmingham is that the pitch is flat, it is brown, and so probably the West Indies captain have made the right decision. So let's see what will happen. So McKenzie keep his place in the team, and no doubt he will be under a lot of pressure to come good. At number 4 is Athanaze, as there's 4 slips and a backward point to mid-off as we're ready now to start the third test. Let's get the first delivery. As Brathwaite, Seckers, and Woakes is going to start for England as they look to whitewash the West Indies. Woakes comes in now, live from Edgbaston, over the wicket, ball to Brathwaite, and he tapped this into the offside, and West Indies is up and running. One without loss after one delivery. So Brathwaite just tapping that one into the offside and getting a single. So let me go through the playing 11. Kraigg, Brathwaite, Mikyle, Kirk, McKenzie, Alick, Athanaze, Kavem, Hodge, who made that wonderful century in the second test. Joshua da Silva, Jason Older, Alzarri Joseph, Gudakesh Motie, Shamar Joseph, Jayden Seals. I have there da Silva ahead of Jason Older in the batting order, but that will not be the case. As Mikyle comes into strike, there's 4 slip, backward point, mid-off, mid-on, mid-wicket, and a man on the long leg boundary. So that is the field for Mikyle, as Woakes will be bowling to him. He will be facing his first delivery. West Indies one without loss. Remind you, persons joining all the time. West Indies won the toss and decided to bat. Woakes over the wicket, ball to Louis, beaten outside the half stump, goes through to the keeper, and there is no run. The score remains 1 without loss. Welcome to everyone. Good morning. Good that you are here. Christopher Bristol, my brethren, how are you? Good morning, sir. Respect always. Great work. Thank you very much, Christopher Bristol. I hope you are feeling nice and warm over there in Canada, Christopher Bristol. Welcome to the show, man. You are always here. So West Indies won without loss in over number 1, winning the toss and decided to bat at a packed Edgbaston. In bowl to Louis, leaves alone outside the off stump. It goes through to the keeper, and there is definitely no run. 1 without loss. The score remains 1 without loss. As that one was outside the half stump, and Mikyle just allowing it to go through, and good start by him by just allowing those deliveries to go through. So it's good. It's good. He's second now as Woakes bowls to Louis. Over the wicket, ball to Louis, he leaves that one alone. It comes back into him. Well bowled by Woakes. Woakes deliberately bowled that delivery because he wants Mikyle to see coming back into him, and so forcing him to play so that when it leaves him, it nick off. So well bowled there, definitely well bowled there by Woakes. He just pitches up that one and brought it back because, as we know, I think 3 times in the series, Louis has been out caught behind the wicket, and the other time he swiped at one from Bashir and was out caught at mid-on or something like that. I don't quite remember. But he has been out 3 times, been caught behind the wicket 3 times. Now, when I say caught behind the wicket, I don't necessarily mean by the wicket keeper, but behind the stump. That's what I meant. So Woakes is it. He's going to come in now to Mikyle. I'm just, what is happening there? It's almost like I'm not here. I don't quite understand what is happening here. Things are flickering. I hope you're hearing me though, but I don't know. It's like I'm not here. What's happening here? I don't understand. Things always happen when it comes to a watch along. Always. You can't get rid of it. I just do not understand what is happening here. Can somebody tell? I just don't understand. Have mercy. The light is flashing. I don't know what is going on here. Absurd. I can't believe. Well, I hope I'm being here though. So it's one without loss. We yes, one over have been completed. I honestly don't know what is going on. Jaja, I don't know. I hope it's all right now. Can somebody tell me what is going on? I don't know. I don't know. I hope Brian Yamin, it's very early in the morning, and well, thank you for the laugh. It's just about 5:05 in Jamaica. Very early in the morning, though. Atkinson to Brathwaite. Brathwaite plays this out into the offside. They're gone for one. I think that's all they will get. Are they looking for the second? Pope gives chase from backward point, sends the return in. They come back for the second. That's not bad. Good, positive running there by the West Indies, moving the total now up to 3 without loss in over number 2. So Brathwaite just stroking that one out into the offside, and they go through for 2. Brian Yamin, you give me a laugh. Thank you very much. Augustus Foster, good morning. Welcome to the show, man. Happy to have you here. Atkins is it. Over the wicket to Brathwaite, to top this off his hip, through square leg. The fielder comes off the backward square leg ball, just sends the return in. West Indies go through for another single. The score moves up to 4 without loss. Brathwaite has scored all 4. Pray the West Indies improve in this test. Lord have mercy. Yes, I really hope that the batting will come good, especially in the second innings. And I also hope that the bowlers will be able to bowl far more consistently than they did. Atkinson bowl to Louis, allows that one to go through outside the off stump. There is no run. The score remains 4 without loss. Brathwaite is on 4. Louis is yet to score as we are 4 without loss in over number 2. So for those joining us all the time, I know it's early morning, especially in Jamaica. Many persons would not be watching the match. They'll be listening, they'll be getting ready for work and so on. The West Indies have made one change to the 11 from the second test match, as Louis allows that to go through outside the off stump, and there is no run. The West Indies have made one change from the 11 that played in the second test match, bringing in Gudakesh Motie for Kevin Sinclair. So Kevin Sinclair been left out of the team. The left-arm orthodox spinner, Gudakesh Motie, have replaced him. Mercy. I am in the dark. The light gone. What's wrong with this light this morning? Lord of mercy. Wow. I don't. Can you believe this? I am in the absolute dark. Oh, I can't believe this. Absolute dark. Atkinson ball to Louis allows it to go through outside the half stump. There is no run. After 2 overs, West Indies 4 without loss. All 4 have been scored by Kraigg Brathwaite. Louis is yet to get off the mark, although he faced far more deliveries than Kraigg Brathwaite. Wayne Brown, good morning. Welcome to the show. It's going to fix itself. We hearing you properly. Thank you thank you, Wayne Brown. You are most welcome. I really appreciate you. And as I was saying, that is very early morning in Jamaica, just about coming up to about 10 past 5. So persons will be getting up all the time. So West Indies won the toss and decided to bat. It's a packed Batchston in Birmingham. And England have started with Woakes and Atkinson as expected. They have gone into the match with an unchanged 11, while West Indies have made one change to their 11, leaving out Kevin Sinclair and bringing in Gudakesh Motie. It was expected. So Woakes to take up the bowling. He is bowling from the commentary box end. He has 4 slips, a backward point, a mid-off, mid-on, mid-wicket, bowls down the leg side to Brathwaite, who will try to tickle this down the leg side, misses, goes through to the keeper, and there is no run. So let me give you the field again. 4 slips, backward point, mid-off, mid-on, mid-wicket, and a man on the long leg boundary. That is the field for the West Indies captain as Woakes bowled to him. Fairly lights, Christmas in July, Lord. Yes, Anthony Sunish, thank you very much. I appreciate the company. Woakes to Brathwaite, he allows it to go through outside the off stump. There is no run. 2.2 overs bowled so far. West Indies winning the toss in the 3rd test here. So for the 2nd consecutive test, the West Indies captain has won the toss. In the 2nd test, he decided to field first, and in the 3rd test, he decided to bat first. So let's see now, as we have 4 slips there, and there seems to be a 4 slips, and then there's a fly gully. He's actually behind the slips. Over the wicket, ball to Brathwaite. Brathwaite beaten outside the off stump, through to the keeper, and there is no run. No need to play at that one. He needed, thank you very much, madam. He needed to leave that one on length, because it was clearly bouncing over the stump, but he still pushed at it, and he beaten outside the off stump. He should have left that one on length. So Woakes is it from the pavilion end. That's where the players stay, from the pavilion end. He's up now to the wicket, ball to Brathwaite, and Brathwaite defends ungainly. So it appears to me that he probably wasn't watching the ball there, but he got back to it, and it goes back down the offside to the bowler who field, and there is no run. So there's 4 slip. There's a fly gully. He's definitely behind where so you'll have the 4 slip. Generally, you'll have the gully in front of the slip, but he's behind them this time. So let's look. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slips. 5 slip on a fly gully. Into bowl to Brathwaite, leaves that alone outside the half stump, and there is no run. 5 slips and a fly gully. Is England up to something here? Are they saying to Brathwaite, we're going to nick you off? But they are setting up Brathwaite for that inducker. So the ball that comes in. So they are telling him from the action, they are saying, we are going to nick you off. 5 slips and a gully. We are going to nick you off. But they are really going to bowl him. Let's see. I hope he's fully aware of this. Into Brathwaite. And he just on top of that one, played it on top of the bounce, and there is no run. So at the end of over number 3, West Indies winning the toss and decided to bat are 4 without loss. Brathwaite have scored all 4 runs, and opening with him is Mikyle, who's yet to score. Isn't this just brilliant from Brian Moore? Isn't that absolutely brilliant? You guys are so wonderful. Isn't that absolutely brilliant? Early morning jitters, like you're facing Markwood. Absolutely brilliant, Brian Moore. Over the wicket to Louis, solid in defense, plays it to the field at mid-off, and there is no run. So it's the standard field that they have started for Mikyle, 4 slips, backward point, mid-off, mid-on, mid-wicket, and a man on the long leg boundary. Edgbaston, Birmingham pack as you expected. 4 without loss on the first day. Can West Indies take this match to the 5th day? Wow, Akeem Jordan continues to be unlucky. Over the wicket, ball to Mikyle, who plays it to mid-on, and there is no run. The fielder from mid-wicket skips across and fields it even before it reaches the field at mid-on, and there is no run. So please remember to slash a like on the video, click on the subscribe button, and support our hurricane relief effort. Now, welcome to the show. We are in over number 4, being bowled by Gus Atkinson. Now, can West Indies take this match into the 4th day? Atkinson over the wicket, ball to Louis, down the leg side. He looks to turn, misses, goes through to the keeper, and there is no run. Not the 3rd day, the 5th day, can West Indies take it? Because there's talk of England making 600 runs in one day. You know, all that talk, but it is talk. It's left to see what is done. I hope West Indies is able to bowl them out for 60. And then the talk will definitely switch around. So let's watch now. McKenzie definitely under a lot of pressure in this game. Akeem Jordan continues to be unlucky. Shamar Joseph woke up this morning feeling well. Atkinson ball to Louis. Louis onto the front foot, strokes it out into the offside, begging for the single. Brathwaite said no, it's not on, and the score remains at 4 without loss. So definitely, Akeem Jordan, who toured South Africa with the West Indies, did not play a test match. He toured Australia with the West Indies, did not play a test match. He came back in the regional 4-day tournament. He never did as expected. And so Jeremiah Louis and Anderson Phillips went ahead of him. As we watch Mikyle Louis now, Seckers, Atkinson over the wicket, bowls to him, and what's a perch of a ball. It pitches just on about mega stump, and then it forces the batsman to come onto the front foot, and then it just deviates off the seam and beat the outside edge through to the keeper. Lucky. Let's watch there now. Louis. Wow, it was a brilliant delivery. He probably let's watch the bat. I don't think that he played that one late enough, and that's why it probably beat him. Atkinson to Louis, and Louis allows that to go through outside the off stump, and there is no run. So after scoring 4 runs after the first 2 overs, West Indies now have played out the next 2 overs for 2 maidens, and the score remains at 4 without loss after 4 overs. So, yes, I was speaking about Akeem Jordan, who went to South Africa with the West Indies team. He didn't play in the match. He went to Australia. He didn't play in the match. He came back for the regional 4-day tournament. A lot of us expected that he would be a star in the tournament. He was surpassed by Jeremiah Louis, Anderson Phillips, some may even say Ryan Jan and Shamar Springer. You know, he was in England playing league cricket, as they say. Jeremiah Louis got injured. Shamar Joseph picked up the flu. Over the wicket come Woakes, bowls to Brathwaite, who turned this through mid-wicket. That's the delivery that came back. It came back into him, and they go 2 for 2. West Indies 6 without loss. All 6 have been scored by Brathwaite. And so he was in England playing league cricket. He was drafted into the squad as cover for Shamar Joseph, who had the flu. Apparently, Gudakesh Motie passed the flu to Shamar Joseph. But this morning, Shamar Joseph is well. So he continues to be unlucky. Akeem Jordan. I believe, I was saying to myself this morning, even before we saw Shamar Joseph marking out his run-up. Over the wicket comes Woakes, bowls to Brathwaite, who allows that to go through outside the off stump, and there is no run. So this morning, even before we saw Shamar Joseph marking out his run-up, I was saying to myself, if Akeem Jordan play, West Indies is going to win the match because he's a very lucky man. Anyhow, he never played. Shamar Joseph was fit. So 6 without loss in over number 5. Let's watch the field. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 man behind the bat. He's up to the wicket now. Ball to Brathwaite, and that comes back into him. He plays it out into the onside, and there is no run. So I want that field look like 5 slips and 2 gullies. 2 gullies, 5 slips and 2 gullies. If this pitch, it's bright sunshine, it's clear skies. Yes, there are some cloud around, but I don't think that this ball should be deviating much. You can see blue skies. There's some cloud around, of course, but it shouldn't be deviating that much. So it's very surprising. Woakes now to Brathwaite, and that one comes back into him. So 1, 2, 3, 4 slips I'm seeing now. A fly gully. So they have done away with the 5 slips and the 2 gullies. There's now 4 slips and a fly gully. That's what I'm seeing. So it's very interesting. I said it already. I definitely think that they are showing him something, but then they are going to bowl the inducker to him. So let's look at it. 4 slips, 2 gully, yes. Woakes to Brathwaite, over the wicket, bowls to Brathwaite. That one curves away from him and through to the keeper. He pulled his bat away at the last moment, and there is no run. Brook has in his hands on his head, but I definitely think that Brathwaite just pulled his bat outside the line of that one and allows it to go through. So good start here by England. They are working on something. Woakes to Brathwaite. Brathwaite off the packed foot, punches it through the covers. It's going to run a very far way to the boundary. The fielder giving chase. He catches up with it just about 5 meters within the boundary, and they're back for 3. Good running, 9 without loss at the end of over number 5. West Indies winning the toss and decided to bat. Brian Yamin, your ex was doing Hobia on the screen. Brian Yamin, I don't know if I have any ex. I don't have any ex, Brian Yamin. I don't have any ex. I have been a one burner all my life. Brian Yamin, I don't have any ex Brian Yamin. So I don't know. Jude set you free. Wow, free. Morning, Mr. Forum. Has the West Indies team for the South African series been announced as yet? No. Atkinson over the wicket, bowls to, that's Brathwaite, who drives and misses outside the off stump through to the keeper, and there is no run. So Atkinson lowering Brathwaite into a drive, misses the outside edge, goes through to the keeper, and there is no run. As far as the West Indies team for South Africa is concerned, I think the selectors are probably waiting until the end of this match or midway throughout this match. I definitely am waiting until the end of this match to pick my 13. It will be 13. Atkinson over the wicket, bowl to Brathwaite, beaten outside the off stump again, through to the keeper, and there is no run. The score remains 9 without loss. Brathwaite on 9. Louis is yet to get off the mark. West Indies winning the toss and decided to bat, are 9 without loss in over number 6. So I will definitely, and you can see the England bowlers already just grouping those deliveries. You look at that grouping, and if it was the West Indies that bowling, you certainly don't have such a compact grouping. Well done by the England seamers. Atkins over the wicket, bowl outside the off stump, leaves alone by Brathwaite, through to the keeper, there is no run. So after this match, I definitely will be picking my 13 for the South Africa series, and the South Africa series start the 7th. So this match is scheduled to finish on Tuesday, and then the next week the South Africa match will start on the 7th. So a lot of cricket playing here, and after those 2 test matches, there will be 3 ODI. Atkinson bowl to Brathwaite, he turns it away, down to 5 leg. Let's see if he gets back onto that. He goes into the boundary. Let's watch the signal from the umpire. We are seeing no signal. It's 4 runs are by. We are yet to confirm 13 the score. Yes, it's runs. He turns it off his pad, down to 5 leg. And he got 4 there. Nice shot by Brathwaite, just allowing the ball to come to him and then turning it off his pad down to the 5 leg boundary for 4, as the fielder is a bit square, the fielder on the long leg boundary. Atkins sees it again. He's into Brathwaite. The slips go down and he turns his 2 square leg down to that field. I'm telling you, that is very square. Bashir is it, sends the return into the keeper. 14 for Brathwaite, 14 for the West Indies. Mikyle Louis comes into strike now. He's yet to score. It's going to be very interesting to see the field that they set for Mikyle Louis. So I will be with you throughout the day, not right throughout the day, every ball, every delivery, but I'll go as long as I can this morning, and then I'll come back, I think, in the afternoon session. Bowl to Louis beaten outside the off stump, and there is no run. Now, Louis, I hope you're seeing me. So Louis is batting, and he's doing like this before he comes forward. He needs to cut out this little twirl of the wrist. He needs to come forward. There's no need to do this. You're batting, you have a back lift, the ball come. There's no need to do this before you come forward. You need to just time the ball and come forward. There's no need for that little twirl of the wrist. No need for it. I don't know. I never saw this in the 2 previous matches. But I'm picking it up in this innings. That little twirl of the wrist before he comes forward. Woakes to Brathwaite, beaten outside the half stump. Genuinely beaten. He genuinely pushes at a wide delivery, and it goes through to the keeper. 14 without loss. We're in over number 7. So Mikyle Louis, definitely. The next time he's on strike, I'm asking those of you who are watching, just look at that wrist. He's just twirling it. So there's no need for him to twirl the wrist. There's too many movement there. And he's not going to have any control when he's twirling the wrist like that. So I hope that Jimmy Adams is picking up on that. Let's watch. Woakes over the wicket, ball to Brathwaite. He allows it to go through outside the half stump, and there is no run. That one kept low, and it goes through to the keeper. No runs. He remains on 14. West Indies 14 without loss. Louis yet to score. So it's going to be very interesting now. Louis is yet to score. Very interesting in this match. Hopefully, West Indies can really put up a good fight here now. As we watch, 1, 2, 3, 4 slips and 2 gullies. Woakes over the wicket, ball to Brathwaite. Brathwaite hedge on the bounce to the man at first gully, and there is no run, no damage done. So that one pitched up, the edge found, but into the ground on the bounce to the man at the final of the 2 gullies. West Indies remains on 14 without loss. We are in over number 7, being bowled by Woakes. So Mikyle Louis has faced 16 deliveries thus far and is yet to get off the mark. Brathwaite has faced 23. He's seconds. Woakes comes into him, he forward off the edge, straight to gully again on the bounce. So Brathwaite now, he needs now to push out and keep his bat a little straighter. It is very important now that the West Indies captain realize where his off stump is. It's going to be very important for the next half an hour and so that they leave as many deliveries as possible. And when we talk about positive now, they really need to be positive in whatsoever they are doing. If they are lead over the wicket, balls to Brathwaite allows that one to go through outside the half stump. It's a little wide. It wasn't challenging the half stump as the previous deliveries. So he had time and he allows it to go through, and there is no run. So he's tying his shoelace here, 1 to coming over number 7. So it's very important now that the West Indies batsmen are very positive and clear in their thought process. If you're going to come on the front foot, you need to come on the front foot, full push right out, straight back. You need to know where your off stump is now. 4 slips, 2 fly gullies. Woakes over the wicket, balls to Brathwaite, comes back into him, taken on the pads, time for the peel. Good bowling here by the English, 14 without loss after over number 7. Brathwaite on 14, Mikyle Louis is yet to take strike. Halden Lewis, good morning. Welcome to the show, man. Good to have you here. My question, why didn't the coach push Kirk McKenzie lower down the order? The guy is not comfortable batting at number 3. I will ask in the interview if they should think, well, Yes, the thing about it is that I would not have pushed him down either Alden Lewis, and I will try and explain, give my reason throughout the over. Let me say, the basic thing is that I don't want to be shuffling the batting order around. Athanaze made some runs batting at 4 in the previous match. Hodge made some runs batting at 5. Let's watch Atkinson leave alone Louis outside the off stump through to the keeper. There is no run. So Athanaze looked very good at 4 in the first innings of the previous match, of the second test. He made 82. Kavem Hodge made 122 or 120, batting at number 5. He also batted at number 5 in Australia and made a good 71. Jason Older is the one at number 6. You are definitely not going to put Jason Older at number 3. So, beating outside the off stump. You saw that twirl I'm talking about again? It's there again. So, I would not move Kirk from 3. I would say to Kirk, you are my number 3. Go out and perform. I'm not going to drop you down the order. Just like how when Chanderpaul was struggling, and I said that I will not drop Chanderpaul down the order. He needs to go out and perform as the opener. So Kirk McKenzie needs to go out and perform as the number 3. Over the wicket, take the edge, taken down to the square of the 2 gullies. So Kirk McKenzie needs to go out and perform as the number 3. If he cannot make runs at number 3, he cannot play in the team for me, personally. Because number 4 is doing well, number 5 is doing well. You can't put all that number 3. So that's it. And the 2 openers, although Mikyle have not gone on to a big score, they have. Let's watch as Atkinson comes in bold to Louis outside the off stump, leaves alone through to the keeper, and there is no run. Although Mikyle has not made a big score in the tournament, in the series thus far, I think 27 or so is his highest score. The fact that both of them had added 50 runs, more than 50 runs in both innings of the second test, I am not going to break up that partnership. So really and truly, the only position in the team for Kirk is number 3, if he's going to play. And he's playing. Wish him luck. Atkinson ball to low, taking on the pad, loud appeal, going down the leg side, not out 14 without loss. So I wish him luck at number 3. I genuinely hope he comes good. But for me, it's either you perform at number 3 or you do not have a place in the team. I am not going to shift around the batting to accommodate a player when 4 and 5 is doing well in their respective position. I'm going to keep them there. That is just my opinion, and I'm expressing it. But let's watch Atkinson over the wicket, bowls to Louis, and he plays it through the covers. He's off the mark, a touchdown for 1. They come back for 2, comfortable, and Louis is finally off the mark. He's on 2 at the end of over number 8, West Indies 16, without loss in the 3rd and final test. Barrington Clark, good morning. Is this Barrington Clark from Manchester? Good morning, Mr. Forum. Why Brandon King not playing in the West Indies team? Now, a year ago or so, or probably even longer than that, I have been saying that Brandon King is probably the best batsman in the West Indies. Now, and his record, although mediocre, most of our batsmen are mediocre. So his was better than most. Woakes into Brathwaite, and Brathwaite drive back down the pitch. No one moves into the long on boundary. Now 4, lovely shot by the West Indies captain, 20 without loss. So Woakes pitches up, and he drove it magnificently down, threw me down for 4 runs. So I see King as a very good batsman. Now, I don't get the impression that King wants to play Test cricket. He said he wants to, but anyone can say anything. Actions speak louder than words. King was invited to tour Australia with the West Indies test team and he turns it down. And I don't take that lightly. Over the wicket, bowls to Brathwaite. It allows to go through outside the half stump. That one was very close to the half stump. It seemed to seem the way. Good leave though, because either bad leave or good leave. And that was a good leave as it seems away. So Barrington Clark, I don't take that lightly. Right now, King would need to win back my confidence before I pick him into a West Indies test squad. He will need to prove to me that he wants to play test cricket. Over the wicket, ball to Brathwaite. He flashes this through the cover. He reaches for that one and plays a magnificent shot through the covers down to the cover boundary for 4 more runs to Brathwaite. He moves up to 22. West Indies 24 without loss in over number 9. So while I have a lot of time for Brandon King, I don't want to use the word attitude. I don't want to use that word. But Brandon King needs to prove to me that he really wants to play test cricket before I consider him in the test squad. You know? Over the wicket, bowls to Brathwaite, comes back into him, plays it down to mid-on, and there is no run. The score remains 24 for 2. Thank you, first responder. Yes, please click the like button on first responder. Please, just click the like button. I don't know how you do it if you are watching on television, but if you are watching on your TV, not your TV, if you're watching on your phone, your laptop, or so on, the like button, the thumbs up button is just below the screen. Just click on it, please. As over the wicket, ball to Brathwaite allows it to go through outside the half stump, and there is no run. Methodist J.N. Baptist is saying, why Lewis cannot score 1 run after so many balls? Is that cricket? Well, these things happen in cricket, though, you know. And just hope that at the end of the day, he's still there batting. And I'm sorry about that. The coffee really burst in that gas. Thank you, Lord. Over the wicket, ball to Brathwaite. Brathwaite defends down the inside of the pitch. You know, it's the first morning of a test match. Very first morning, very first test session. Just about 33 minutes, 36 minutes are thereabout have been played. 9 overs completed, 24 without loss. I can understand at the end of the day, if Mikyle is on 100, we are not going to really matter about him not scoring any runs after the first 16 deliveries. So it's the first morning of a test match. I am comfortable with that at this moment. My contention is, why are Shoaib and Raston Chase not in the lineup? They are not in England though. And, you know, as I was explaining why King is not in this match, you know, I realized that I went off agenda because my concentration is really the 15 that is in England and to a greater extent, the playing 11. And for me, it's these 11 with the support that they're getting from the other 3, because I don't think Kevin Sinclair is around. Over the wicket, ball to Louis, and Louis forward, Markwood into the attack. That one is at 89 miles per hour. So my concentration is really on the 11 that is in it. Because Shoaib is really probably one of the worst test cricketers West Indies have seen over the years. You know, and I really don't want to go down there because that is going to start another conversation. But let us concentrate on the playing 11. Good morning, Mr. Cricket Forum. And Wesley Bryan too, I want to ask you, your contention is why? Woakes over the wicket, bowls to Louis, turns it off the pad, down backward of square leg, and they got through for a single, 25 without loss in over number 10. And it goes Wesley Bryan, and you know, and there's another time when we can discuss this, definitely, but not right now. But the question is, why they are not playing? What are their records in Test cricket? So the why should be preceded by their records. And then if you tell me their records in Test cricket, then I maybe can tell you the why. Over the wickets come to Brathwaite. Brathwaite plays that true forward of point. It running out towards the boundary. They're gone for one. They're back for two. The fielder caught up with it just inside the boundary. That's Ben Stokes. And they will come back for three. West Indies now will move up now to 28 without loss. That was far away from his body. And he just played it down to cover. And they got 3 runs. So yes, as I was saying, Wesley, the why should be preceded by the numbers, the records. And if that why is preceded by the record, then I'll be able to tell you. Over the wicket, bowls to Louis, and Louis plays this out into the offside. They go through for a single. There was a little uncertainty there, and they go through though. 29 without loss, as Louis was right out onto the front foot. Do you see that twirl of the hand that I'm talking about? So yes, so please, give me the record and then ask the question, and I can then look at the record and tell you why. Good morning, SOS Music. Good morning, Ray Liverpool. Watching from Guyana. Welcome, man. Thanks. Good to be here. Mark would over the wicket, ball down the leg side, wide delivery, Brathwaite shoulders arm allows it to go through, and there is no run. 29 without loss. So Mark would definitely, last week, that first over, real pace. And it goes to show the reason why Markwood is probably not bowling at 95 miles per hour as yet, or maybe he will never bowl it in this match. It's not only that this pitch is slower, but that he bowled so many overs in the previous match. And that was a good thing. Over the wicket, balls to Brathwaite, pitched up, dugged out, back to the bowler down the offside of the pitch. 10 overs completed, 29 without loss after 10. Brathwaite is on 25, with him Mikyle is on 4. So because he bowled so many overs in the previous match, and he used up so much energy then, he cannot now comes in and let go as he was, because that match just ended on Sunday. So it's very important that West Indies back long and get some works into the bowler's leg. Wayne Brown saying that anyone not getting an IPL contract wants to play all formats for the West Indies. Anyone not getting an IPL contract wants to play all formats for the West Indies. Woakes to Louis down the leg side. I don't know what he tried to do, but I could say look to flick, turn that one, misses through to the keeper. 29 without loss. So if they are not getting a contract, they want to play all format for the West Indies. That means they're going where the money is. Wesley Bryan, I take your point. Over the wicket, bowl to Louis, leaves alone outside the off stump through to the keeper. And since it's a pace bowler bowling, Wesley Brown, all right, put it this way. You may well be right, but I wouldn't. And different of opinions doesn't mean that you are not right. It just means that we have different opinions, and we are mature enough to understand that as Woakes comes in, bowls to Louis, and Louis plays this off the back foot, peels off the outside edge. It run it away down to third man. It gets into the boundary now. 4 more runs to the West Indies total. That should push it up to 33 without loss. Louis getting his first boundary as he was off the back foot, and it peels off the outer portion of the bat. It goes into the gap between foot, slip, and gully, and run away down to the third man boundary for 4. He will now moves up to what, 7? I think it's 7. I'm waiting on the score to comes up. I think it is 7. Let's see. is on 8. Brathwaite is on 25. 33 without loss. Woakes is it now. He comes in up to the wicket, ball to Louis, allows it to go through outside the half stump. The keeper didn't take it cleanly, but there's no run. The score remains 33 without loss. So I wouldn't play Older only as a bowler. For Older, in his last 13 test matches, and I'm giving you the reason why I wouldn't play him as a bowler. So I'm asking you to tell me the reason why you would play him as a bowler. In his last 13 test matches, he has bowled, I think, 342 overs. I'm going from memory here. Over the wickets, bowled to Louis on his pad, flicked away, through mid-wicket. He's going to run very, very close to the boundary. They're gone for one. They come back for two. The fielder giving chase. He doesn't get there. The ball won. 4 more runs to Louis, 37 without loss. So that was pitched up on his pad and he just whipped it away. Through mid-wicket. Nice, pleasing shot down to the mid-wicket boundary for 4. The fielder chased it all the way into the boundary. I look at that and just said, boy, the West Indies fielder would have given up. But the English fielders, and it's Mark Wood too, the fast bowler, that just bowled it over and he chased it all the way down to the boundary. I don't see the West Indies fielder chasing that ball right the way to the boundary. As they said, we have a relaxed nature, but that have to change. Cricket is about intensity. As Woakes turns at the top of his mark, just about now, he begins to move in. Over the wicket, passes the umpire, ball to Louis, and Louis solid in defense, plays it down to mid-on, and there is no run. Again, if you look at the wrist, there's a twirl. After 11 overs, West Indies 37 without loss, winning the toss and batting. So I think that in all the last 13 test matches, going back to that tour of Zimbabwe at the start of 2023, you have bowled over 340 odd overs and have gotten 21 wickets or so. That means he's getting a wicket every 15 overs. A wicket every 15 overs, you can't really play in my team as a bowler. Definitely. So, Wesley Brown, I disagree with your point. You may well be right. But however, I gave you my reason. Wood, short delivery to Brathwaite. He got himself in a tangle. I want to see that came off the helmet or the bat. 4 runs being signaled by the umpire. So Brathwaite was there looking to pull and it came off. I'm really looking to see where it came off. I know he got himself into a mighty tangle, but he was looking to pull. Let's see, it was a shot. Oh, he was beaten. It came off the bat, but he was beaten. It hit the bat. By the time he was halfway through the pull shot, it hit the bat and it flew over the keeper down to the boundary for 4. So a lucky 4 there for the West Indies captain. So I definitely not played. So please tell me your reason why you would play him as a bowler. Would to Brathwaite and Brathwaite fishes away outside the arse stump, beat the man at gully. They gone for 1. That's it. The score moves up to 42 without loss, and Wood is really working up some pace here now. And Brathwaite looking to pull, and it was so late on that pull shot. Very late. It was short, and you know, Brathwaite said they learned, and probably the learning is one of the things that they learned, that he cannot just duck from Mark Wood. So he's going to change his behavior. And that's what learning does. It changes behavior. So he decided that he's going to take on Mark Wood. Over the wicket, Wood to Louis, leaves alone. Outside the half stump, through to the keeper, and there is no run. My suggestion to Brathwaite, though, and everyone has to know how they are going to do it. Everyone. I don't have an issue pulling and hooking Mark Wood. Personally, I don't have that issue. However, for the moment, I will be ducking. If it is short enough, I will duck for the moment. I will start pull and hook him in his second and third spell. Could to Louis outside the half stump, leaves alone, through to the keeper, and there is no run. So that would be my methodology. For right now, I'll be looking as best as possible to duck, sway, or whatsoever, but just allow those bouncers to go through. I would not want to get caught up in the same way that happens to me in the second test. But this early, on the first morning, in the first hour, I would not be looking to hook the fastest bowler in the match. 42 without loss. Louis on strike. Wood over the wicket, bowl to Louis down the leg side. He tucked this off his hip. It's going very close to the fine leg boundary. Diving effort. Did he save it? They will come back for at least 2 though. The score moves up to 44. There will be a boundary check. Did it come off his hip or did it come off the wrist? But the pace is definitely worrying the West Indies batsman. Let's watch the boundary check. Good work. He definitely saved 2 there, and the score will now moves up now to 44 without loss. So Brathwaite is on 30. Louis is on 14. The score 44 without loss. So there's 4 slipper backward point, a mid on, a man on the backward square leg boundary, and a fine leg. Wood over the wicket, bowls to Louis. Louis plays inside the line as it goes through to the keeper. At the end of over number 12, West Indies 44 without loss. Good morning. Nice hearing your commentary this morning. I am supporting our guys 100%. I just want Mikyle, Louis, and the other batsmen to play with confidence. Thank you, Naya TV. Welcome, Ajanis. Thank you for Kalanji. Thank you for being here. It's a pleasure. Well, Dexter, my view on it, Dexter, is that if you're supporting him, the match already started. So my view on it, and you are entitled to your opinion, Dexter. Don't get me wrong. You are always entitled. Stokes into the attack, ball outside the stump to Brathwaite, and there's no run. You are entitled to your opinion, and I'm in no position to tell you what you should think or what your views should be. I am not in that position. I just give mine. But my view on it is that once the match started, the second part of your statement is really relevant. Before the match starts, I understand the second part. Over the wicket, bowls to Brathwaite, leaves alone outside the half stump. Because really and truly, once the match starts, we need just to support the team. That is my view. After the match, your second part may be relevant. Depends on what he did in the match. Before the match, the second part, in my view, is a big discussion. But right now, during the match, I just think we should just stay with the first part. Over the wicket comes Woakes, ball to Brathwaite, solid in defense. There is no run. The score remains at 44 without loss in over number 13. Welcome you all to the show. Good morning. It's a pleasure having you here joining us for this morning as West Indies look to build a big first innings lead. Let's hope they can do it. 4 slips, backward point, mid off, mid on, mid wicket, Woakes, ball to Brathwaite, who drives, diving effort by the fielder at mid off. He got a hand to it and slow it up. They're going to run very close to the boundary. They're coming back for the third run and 3 more to the West Indies total. 47 without loss. Brathwaite coming on the front foot, driving through mid off. The fielder dived to his right, got a hand to it but could not prevent it from running very close to the long off boundary. And West Indies were able to pick up 3. Brathwaite moves up to 33 with him Mikyle Louis, who is on 14 We are in over number 13. It is been bowled by Stokes. The match is coming to you from Birmingham, Edgbaston in Birmingham. Woakes over, not Woakes, that's Stokes over the wicket, ball to Louis down the leg side. He looks to turn it, misses through to the keeper, and there is no run. The score remains 47 without loss in over number 13. Good morning. Good morning, Zix out. Welcome, man. It's a pleasure having you here. 47 without loss. One delivery to come in over number 13 as we push up to about 54 minutes so far in the morning session. Good over rate this by England. Over the wicket ball outside the half stump. Louis leaves alone again with that twirl. Yeah, you saw the twirl that I'm telling you about. I don't like it. I just think it is using up value every time, a fraction of a second, but I still think it is using up very value every time. That coffee got cold on me, so I just have to drink off all of it. So that's it for that coffee. Brathwaite is on 33. Mikyle Louis is on 14. West Indies winning the toss and decided to bat, and they have made one change to the playing 11, bringing in Gudakesh Motie for Kevin Sinclair. You know, I'm going to say something very controversial. No, I'm not going to say it. It's probably too controversial to say. Let's watch Mark Wood in his third over. Up to Brathwaite, and Brathwaite beaten outside the half stump. That one kept very, very low. So Brathwaite was beaten outside the half stump, but that one kept very low as one slip has been done away with. So it's only 3 slips now. To me, that one kept low, lower than it should have. And it goes through to the keeper who takes it on the bounce on the off volley. 47 without loss in over number 14 as we pushed up towards the first hour's play on the first morning of the third and final test match. Wood bowls to Brathwaite and he allows that one to go through down the leg side. Nice. You know, just coming out of the way, just walking across to his half stump and allowing the bouncer to go through. The keeper takes high above his head and there is no run. So that was short, and Brathwaite saw it short and he just shoulders arm and allow it to go through down the leg side. The keeper taking it high above his head. The score remains on 47 without loss in over number 14. This is Mark Wood's third over. They are not going to use him for more than 4 overs in this first burst. Hood comes in. Over the wicket, ball to Brathwaite, allows it to go through outside the half stump, no run. The score remains on 47 without loss. Earlier we saw 4 slips. Now it's only 3. So good start again by the West Indies openers. Nice start, 47 without loss. 3 slip a gully, a backward point. Those are the 5 fielders behind the bat on the offside. And you have a mid-off, and there's a wide gap between backward point and mid-off. And now they're getting in the end mid. So they're going to put England as usual, just mixing it up here. They're not just going to just set a field and allow the batsmen just to secure and get into a rhythm. They're always looking to mix it up. So they have done away with the gully, and they have put him in a forward short leg. So there's 3 slip, a backward point, a mid-off, a mid-on, a forward short leg as Wood comes in, ball to Brathwaite, and Brathwaite looking to pull down behind square. They're gone for 1. He missed time. The fielder comes off the boundary. That's all they will get. One hand off the bat as he looks to pull, more like a flinch. Some would say he flinches at that one. He was off the back foot, he pulled, it comes off the back, but he mistimed it though, down backward of square leg, and they go through for a single. He's happy to have come off the strike. The score moves up now to 48. He's on 34. Mikyle Louis on 14, comes into strike. West Indies 48 without loss as Mark Wood makes his way in. Just making some final adjustment before he does so now. So 3 slips, a backward point, a leg slip. He comes in now, ball to Mikyle. Lewis defend and beat outside the arse stump through to the keeper. There is that twirl of the wrist again. You'd have seen it. I've said it so many times. I do not like this twirl of the wrist, none at all. I don't know why he keeps doing it. It was pitched up. Look at the wrist. Why that twirl of the wrist? I can't understand. That's not batting, man. Look at it in slow motion. You see it there? It's clear in slow motion. Why that twirl of the wrist? There's no need for it. One to come in Markwood, third over, the 14th of the West Indies innings, 48 without loss. He comes in over the wicket, ball to Louis, and Louis beaten outside the arse stump again, through to the keeper, and there is no run. 48 without loss after 14 overs. Brathwaite on 34, Mikyle Louis on 14. Zikout is saying, would have changed one of the fast bowlers. This attack has gone for too much runs. Yeah, I take your point, but let's support those who are playing. But I take your point that this, when you lost 2 test matches so badly, no one place in the team should be safe. So I don't have an issue with anyone who think that X player should be out and another player should be in. 4 slips goes down as Stokes comes in, bowl to the West Indies captain who ducked out a full delivery and there is no run. The score remains 48 without loss in over number 15. We are dead on the hour mark. So England starting the 15th over just before the hour reaches is a good over rate. So I don't have an issue with anyone who think that anyone should get dropped. Ball to Brathwaite, that's a sharp rising delivery, drops his wrist and allows it to go through to the keeper. There is no run, hustling a little there. So if there were more changes in the team, I wouldn't have an issue. So I don't have an issue with anyone who think there should be changes. Should have been changes. But now that this 11 taking the field, we have to support those who is playing. Because Woakes comes in, 4 slips, ball to Brathwaite, and Brathwaite just riding the bunks, plays it out to backward point, and there is no run. At the end of the day, we all want West Indies to win. That's the bottom line and the bottom line. We all want West Indies to win, and the only persons that can win this test match are the 11 on the field. So we all want them to succeed. 4 slips goes down. A backward point, a mid-off, a mid-on, a mid-wicket, or forward of square. In bowl to Brathwaite allows it to go through outside the arse stump, and there is no run. The score remains 48 without loss in over number 15. Mr. Casanova is saying, top of the morning, they are afraid of Mark Hood. Well, he's really roughing them up. You can see that there is some concern there when Mark Hood is bowling. I think that there will be a drinks break after this over. And so normally Mark couldn't bowl for a 4-over spell, but maybe because of the drinks break, they will give him 2 after the drinks break. So it will be very interesting. Stokes to Brathwaite, and Brathwaite turn this one off his middle stump down to the fielder coming off the backward square leg boundary, and they go through for a single. That might have gotten the inner portion of the bat. I don't think that. I want to look at Brathwaite's head right here. I don't think that his head was in line with the ball. That's what I wanted to look at, but I didn't get a good enough image to determine that. But from the original image, I don't think that his head was quite in line with the ball, and luckily he got an inside edge. He's still there. Stokes over the wicket, ball to Louis, and Louis allows it to go through to the keeper. There is no run, 49 without loss at the end of over number 15. Good start this by the West Indies. They now need to kick on. But for that one, just now, I don't think Brathwaite head was in line with the delivery. And he got the inner portion of the bat. Nonetheless, they are still there, and it's very important. So yes, it's a drinks break after 15 overs. West Indies 49 without loss. And these two now that the drinks break has come up, they now need to refresh themselves, relax, and talk about starting again. Starting from zero again. Mr. Casanova is saying, this is our best bowling attack. Yeah, I would agree with that, Mr. Casanova. I would agree with that. In my opinion, I think so too. The four, that's the two Joseph, Motie, and Seals. So that would be my opinion, Mr. Casanova. But I hope that you can understand if others don't think so, especially that England have scored close to 400 or over 400 in the 3 innings that they batted so far. So while you and I believe that it is our best bowling attack, we also need to accept the fact if others do not think it is our best bowling attack. And having lost 2 matches, we also need to accept the fact that if others believe that there should be changes to the bowling lineup, that it is merited because we lost 2 matches. And that's the maturity, the level of maturity I'd like us to take to the discussion. Not that you are right or I am right, but we are able to express our opinion, and by expressing our opinion, bring some accountability to the opinion. In what I mean by that, earlier, my good friend Wesley said that he would play Older as one of the main bowlers. And that may well be the right decision. But in my opinion, I do not see Older as one of the main bowlers. And I account for that opinion by saying Older have bowled 340 odd overs in the last 2 years since 2023. And I've gotten only 21 wickets, which means a wicket every 15 overs. And in my opinion, I want my bowler to be getting, I want one of my top 4 bowler. If you're going to be a top 4 bowler in the West Indies team, you should be getting wickets more quicker, not taking 15 overs. So although I express an opinion that Older shouldn't be one of the main bowler who bowls to Brathwaite, who is being outside the off stump again, I then account why I arrived at that opinion. And that's the maturity that I'd like us to bring to the conversation. So the conversation, why X is not in the team? Before you ask X, why X is not in the team, tell us about his performance. And then if you tell us about his performance, then it is easier to determine why he's not in the team. Wood to Brathwaite, who plays this away down to Gully, is reaching for that one. I think he should be leaving those deliveries alone. But pace makes you do strange things. And I think that if that was an 80-mile-per-hour delivery, Brathwaite would have leave it alone. But because of the raw pace of Mark Wood, it forced him into playing a shot that he should not have been playing. Pace make you do things. Strange things. Let's watch Mark Wood. Over the wicket, bowls to Brathwaite, and Brathwaite pulls, misses, through to the keeper, and there is no run. The score remains at 49 without loss. So looking at the field for Brathwaite, just giving you, there are 5 men behind the bat. 3 slips, and now the leg slip have gone down to fine leg. So there's a fine leg, a backward square leg, 3 slips. I don't see if there's a backward point though. I'm not seeing the screen. Yes, so 6 fielders are behind the bat. The 3 slips a backward point, the fine leg, the backward square leg, and a forward short leg hood over the wicket, ball to Brathwaite. He and Gainley tuck this into the onside. They go 2 for 1, 50 for the West Indies, 50 without loss in over number 16. And congratulations to these two for the 3rd consecutive innings. The West Indies openers have added 50 runs for the first wicket. They look uncomfortable at times. They look ungainly at times. But we must congratulate them for adding 50 runs for the first wicket for the 3rd consecutive innings. Runs on the board is runs on the board. Whether it's a hedge through the slip or a cover drive to the boundary, it is still the same result. Balls to Louis taken on the pad, missing leg stump, and there is no run 90 miles per hour that hustling Louis. 1 to come in Hood, 4th over. Will they give him another one after this? Or usually they give him 4 at a time? It's going to be very interesting, and the West Indies batsmen must know that this may well be Markwood's final delivery in this spell. They should be conscious of that. Brathwaite spoke about learning. I hope that they would have really learned. They must realize the pattern as he comes in now to bowl to Louis. 3 slips forward, short leg, bowl to Louis, solid in defense. That's the end of Markwood's spell, hopefully. He may get one more because there was a drinks break between over number 3 and number 4. But let's see what happened. 50 without loss after 16 overs. And so, Abdul-Rahim, 1970. How you doing, man? Good morning, sir. I hope that was Blue Mountain coffee you were drinking. The best coffee in the world. Yes, man. Yes, man. It's absolutely the best coffee in the world. Blue Mountain coffee. And I have some in my thermos here now. So I'm going to pour some from my thermos. I'm not going to pour a lot because I don't want it to get cold on me as it was for that first cup. So, just pour about, this look like about 1/4 cup. So I won't let it get cold. So let's watch at the field for Ben Stokes. There are 3 slips, a gully, a backward point, a cover. That's the field on the offside as Ben Stokes comes in over the wicket, ball to Brathwaite, a tight leave, but a good one. It goes through to the keeper, and there is no run. He remains on 36, Mikyle Lewis on 14. But that is something to celebrate as West Indies fans. Scoring 50, putting on 50 for the 3rd consecutive innings. I definitely know hopes that they kick on and make it a really big opening stand. Definitely. As we watch the field, 3 slips and that final gully, backward point, mid-wicket, mid-on. Stokes into Brathwaite who ducks and allows it to go through, and there is no run. The score remains 50 without loss. Interestingly, I have a point to make. I was told all week, every batsman know how to duck. I was making the point, welcome back, that all week I was being told that Brathwaite is not a ducker. And I've been saying that's rubbish. That's foolishness. I've been saying it all week. It's rubbish. He can duck. And once again, I am proven right for Brathwaite just duck. Stokes to Brathwaite allows it to go through outside the off stump, and there is no run. It was so shocking, absolute shocking, for persons who call themselves cricket expert to be saying that Brathwaite can't duck. He's not a ducker. I just didn't understand it, and I'm happy that once again I was proven right. So 50 without loss, that's cause for celebration, and I realized that nobody congratulates them. Ball to Brathwaite, turns his 2 square leg. They gone for 1, they touch down, they're coming back for the 2nd, and that's 2 more to the score. The score now 52 without loss And for the third consecutive match, West Indies openers have added 50 for the first wicket, and that is good. The third consecutive innings, and that is good going. Very good going. And that's something to congratulate the team about, man. We should be congratulating them about. Even if they collapse and all out, which we don't want, the fact is that they had 50 for the third consecutive innings. Stokes to Brathwaite, that one comes back into him missing. It's going over the top, but that one jagged back sharply, and Brathwaite was missed. Oh, that's very... Yes, the best coffee in the world, boss. Blue Mountain Coffee, the best coffee in the world. Zix out is saying, well, I don't. Well, you could elaborate more on that. So, after 17 overs, West Indies won the toss. They decided to bat first. They are 52 without loss, and this is definitely good going by the West Indies. We need to appreciate this. 52 without loss, as so. Although there was the drinks break between the 4 overs, they're still sticking to their 4 overs when it comes to Mark Wood. So they're sticking to their plan. So they have brought back Gus Atkinson in the attack. Gus Atkinson bowled 4 overs in his opening spell. So they have brought him back into the attack here. You know, so he's going to come in now. He's on his way now to bowl to Mikyle. Up to the wicket, bowl to Louis, and Louis allows it to go through outside the off stump, and there is no run. So West Indies remain 52 without loss. Thank you, Dwight Chatu, man. Welcome to the show. Nice that you are here. I don't know why you're hiding, you know. Dwight, you aren't hiding. The heat in the kitchen is too hot for you. You're hiding, so you can only post comments now because, you know, you're hiding behind the keyboard, Dwight. Many persons do that, you know, Dwight. Many persons do that. Over the wicket comes Atkinson, ball to Louis, taken on the pads, time for the peel down, missing leg stump. If the bowler turns and go back to the top of his mark, that one definitely missing leg stump. Are they contemplating something here? Or no, I don't think they are contemplating it. Definitely missing. You know, so Dwight is like many of those persons who hide behind the keyboard, you know. So he's doing that this morning. You realize that Dwight used to be a regular guest on the show, but it's getting too hot for him now, so he's hiding behind a keyboard. Over the wicket, ball outside the off stump, leaves alone by Mikyle, through to the keeper, and there is no run. 52 without loss in over number 18. So as Atkins walk back to the top of his mark, let me hear what my good friend Dwight Chatu is saying. How you doing? You know, Dwight is an engineer working out of Montego Bay, Jamaica. So if you have any project management work to do or so, Dwight is a good person to contact. You know, he's an engineer, one of the very best engineer in our country. So check him out, man. He's very good. He's absolutely good. Ball outside the off stump, and he strokes this pleasantly through mid-off. It going down towards the boundary. It gets there now. Well timed. 4 more runs to Mikyle. That move him up to 18. The score will now pushed up now to 56 without loss in over number 18. So that was pitched up. Look at that now. I don't like why that. Yeah, that turning of the wrist right there. It is going to get him in trouble. He's nicking off because of that twirl of the wrist. Look at it. There's no need for that twirl of the wrist. That was a good shot though. Threw mid off. Lovely shot. Atkinson over the wicket. 3 slip and a 5 goalie. Ball to Louis allows it to go through outside the off stump, and there is no run. 1 to come in over number 18. That is 3 consecutive 50-run partnership for the opening wicket. The disaster of the first test again shows the importance of match preparation and acclimatization, advance of test matches. Good point there, right? That's good point. So you're clearly saying that what really happened in the first test is really because the team arrived in England late, and if they had gone to England and have played probably two matches instead of one, then more than likely we would have been better prepared for the first test. So that's what you're saying. And Dwight, I continue to hold on to the point. That these curry goat matches should really not be curry goat matches. They should be first class matches. For if you are going to play a test match, why do you need to play all 15 players and some who were not going to take part in the match any at all, like Isaiah Thorne and Naeem Young and so on? You don't need to play those players. You need to pick the 11 that you think is going to play in the match and make sure that they have a full match preparation. So I take your point there. I'm just trying to update my screen here. I realized that I was about half a delivery behind, and I'm trying to update my screen to be on time, but to be real time. But now that I'm trying that, I'm having some. What is happening here? So Sports Max, I'm watching on Sports Max. I'm coming to you. I'm coming to your comments. I don't understand what is happening here right now, but there shouldn't be an issue. But I'm having an issue. I'm seeing other cricket, but I'm not seeing West Indies cricket. Let's see now. There it is. Yes. So West Indies cricket is back, and it's real time. And say that wow. So West Indies cricket is back, and it's real time. Everything that happened, things just happen. This is lovely. This is absolute lovely. Oh well, yes. 60 without loss in over number 19, and I'm back again. That's everything happened in the morning session. You have to understand. 60 without loss. Real time. I think we're in real time now. Brathwaite is on 42 as he comes in now. I'm still half a delivery behind. He's up ball to Brathwaite, and he's solid in defense, and there is no run. Still maybe I just have to leave it at that. Maybe that's what is going to happen. So yes, Dwight, the point I was making is that these curry goat matches should really be first class matches. Pick the 11 that you think is going to play in the test match and let them have a full blowout. Don't play all 15 or 18 persons in the squad. You must have an idea. Good management, good captain, good coach will have an idea of their playing 11 for the first test. And so if there's a toss-up between one or two players, it's fine to play those two players. Ben Stokes over the wicket, balls to Brathwaite. He allows it to go through outside the half stump, and there is no run. So if there's a toss-up between one or two players, play those two players and drop someone who you think is a sure pick. But don't play the entire squad when you have a test match next week. I just never understand the logics of that. But I take your point, Dwight. It's nice that you're hiding behind the keyboard, but I know that some of us are nervous and are afraid to come on the show. So I understand that. Stokes over the wicket, ball to Brathwaite, that comes into him. He plays it down the outside of the pitch, and there is no run. The score remains at 60 without loss. Augustus Foster, Ains and Gordon Greenwich, 200 without loss. Wow. If I'd seen that comment, I would not have read it, because I don't want us to goat mode them and it doesn't happen. But I would love to see that happen. One delivery to come though in over 19 as my screen buffer. Fidel da Silva, man, welcome to the show. Good to have you here. Hoping for a good performance this morning, even a win. Yes, we do hope so. Definitely hope so. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens when Bashir comes into bowl, though. I hope we play much better than we did on Sunday. Yes, yeah. I heard that all the while. Stokes is it again. That one comes back in, and there's Brathwaite now placing this one down to mid on, and that was a much better shot. I want you to look at Brathwaite's head right there, and you see how his head was over the delivery, how it was in line with the delivery. Look at that. Look at that. That's what you want your captain to be doing. Well done. He didn't fall over as that previous delivery that got the inside edge. And he got that single that brought up the 50 partnership. But well done there, Brathwaite. I love this from the West Indies captain after 19 overs. West Indies 60 without loss as Atkinson to continue. As I was saying, it's going to be very, very interesting to see what happened when Bashir comes into the attack. I really do hope that we play him better than we did on Sunday. I really do hope so. 60 without loss. As it's on a 5-goal ball, Louis plays this out into the offside and there is no run. The score remains 60 without loss. Everybody by now should have seen what I'm talking about. Louis just twirling of the wrist before he plays the stroke. He has to cut out that. I hope someone from West Indies is listening to me, or I hope the coach is picking it up. Over the wicket, ball to Louis. He looks to pull. It come off the bat and flew over third slip for 4. So he was looked to pull. He was beaten for pace. It came off the bat and flew high over third slip down to the third man boundary for 4. 64 without loss and gainless so. Nonetheless, his 4 runs. Look, he was again beaten for pace. He was looking to pull and he got in trouble there. That fraction, that minuscule fraction of a second that he spent turning his wrist, that's what got him into trouble. I want you to look back at that shot again and tell me if that's not what got him into trouble. And somehow he must cut it out. And I hope to God that the coaches are watching this. I never saw it in the first 2 matches. I don't know if you were doing it, but this morning it came to me and I'm seeing it. And if he didn't do this, I'm happy for the 4 runs now. Don't get me wrong. But if he never do that twirl, he probably would have hit that ball much better. Let's watch. Atkinson to Louis, and down the leg side, he looked to flick that away, misses, through to the keeper. There is no run. 64 without loss in over number 20. So 22 for Mikyle Louis, 42 for Brathwaite. As he looks to flick that down the leg side and it goes through to the keeper. Good take there by Smith. Jamie Smith is the name. As he seconds now. Mikyle Louis over the wicket, ball to Louis. Look, turns this off his pad. He was dead and mixed up there. But he looks at the ball and turn it down to backward of square. Like they go through for a single. 65 without loss. 2 to come in over number 20. So 65 without loss, 2 to come in over number 20. It has been bowled by Gus Atkinson. None for 19 from 5.4. And something there seemed to just catch in Root eye. I hope there's not a medical issue for Root, but I really hope it frustrates him enough that if it should come to him, he drop the catch. Really. That's how it goes. Over the wicket comes Gus Atkinson, ball to Brathwaite, and Brathwaite places away through the offside. They're gone for 1. They touch down. They will come back for 2. The score moves up to 67 without loss in over number 20. I really hope that there's not a medical issue with Root. I hope he doesn't have a high problem. But if there's something nagging him, and God forbid the ball should edge to him, I hope that it is nagging him enough that he dropped the catch. It's as simple as that. But I hope there's not a medical issue, though. I hope there's not an eye issue. I just hope that there's a nuance. Over the wicket comes Atkinson ball to Brathwaite, and he pulls this away, ungainly so, down towards the field on the fine leg boundary. They go through for a single, just up on his hip and clipping that away. You would look at, probably, I don't want to call that name. He was up on his hip and clipping it away, down to fine leg for a single, not in the smooth fashion that we know that many West Indian batsmen would have done so. Nonetheless, another single to Brathwaite. He moves up to 45. He will keep strike. Mikyle is on 23. After 20 overs, West Indies are 68 without loss. 8 over 20 is what? 0.4. So 3.4 runs per over. Not bad. Not bad going. Mikyle Douglas, good morning. Welcome to the show. Lewis have got a start in every single match and was able to see off the new ball. He needs to carry on in this innings. Let's watch Ben Stokes over the wicket, ball to Brathwaite. Brathwaite drives wide after diving cover down to the boundary for 4. He moves up to 49, 1 away. 70 now without loss, so that was driven. Let's watch the replay. I got the impression it was in the air as the fielder cover dives away. He drives that. It was in the air, but it was always wide of backward point as it goes down to the boundary for 4. He moves up to 49. 72 without loss in over 20.1. Mikyle Douglas, I agree with you. 3 plus 50 partnership with the captain, that's good. That is going to buy him some time in the team. But he also needs to get an individual score to consolidate that position. Over the wicket, ball to Brathwaite, turns it off his hip. That's the captain off centre. Well played, Brathwaite. So 50 for Brathwaite. He moves up now to 50, 73 without loss. And the West Indies captain have scored his first half century of the series, just tucking that off the hip, down back with a square leg. 50, well played, young man, well played. We are in over number 21, 73 without loss after 20.2 overs, well played. A good point the White is saying, I agree with you, playing your preferred 11 is necessary to get your team in that competitive mindset. Not sure how to resolve selection uncertainties before sure picks will want to play. Over the wicket, balls outside the half stump, leaves alone through to the keeper, and there is no run. 73 without loss. And the selection uncertainties is definitely one that you need to resolve. So maybe in the case, I always think that you are going to know 9 or 10 of your players that are going to play. Bite the buck for the next 1 or 2. 3 slips, a fine gully, a backward pointer, mid-off, a mid-on, mid-wicket outside the half stump. Stokes leave alone by Louis, through to the keeper, and there is no run. 73 without loss. He is on 23. Brathwaite is on 50. Well played by the West Indies captain. Desmond Plummer is saying, Mr. Brown, this must be an habit, twirling at the wrist. What surprises me is that the coaches haven't seen this and corrected it. Desmond Plummer, you're spot on. I pick over the wicket to ball to Louis, and Louis forward, defends out into the offside to mid-off. There is no run. The score remains 73 without loss. Stokes is it, the England captain. He generally bowled 10 overs on the trot. So I guess he will bowl right up to lunch, and then with Bashir will probably come in to replace Atkinson from the other end. So I think Stokes will bowl from this end right up to lunch, and Bashir will come in from the commentary box end to replace Atkinson. Stokes, 2 slip, 3 slip should say, bowl to Louis, and Louis turns it down the ground. The field at mid-on comes across to his left, dive, stop the delivery. They go through for a single, 74 without loss at the end of over number 21. So let's see if Bashir will come in or he will continue with Atkinson. But I think definitely from the pavilion end, Ben Stokes will bowl for the rest of the morning. Yes, Desmond Plummer, I cannot understand. As I said, I did not pick it up in the first 2 matches, but it's clear as day in this match. And we all know that that twirling is using up precious time. You know, that fraction, that minuscule of a second that it took to twirl could be the difference between Atkinson ball to Louis beaten outside the off stump through to the keeper, and there is no run. It could be the difference between a good shot and a dismissal. So I really hope that the coaches work on it. They usually listen to us, so I hope someone is listening. And as they spoke about learning, I hope that they are learning, you know, because to say you are learning is one thing, but to over the wicket, Atkinson ball to Louis, he plays that one on top of the bounce, down to backward point, and there is no run. The score remains 74 without loss, Brathwaite on 50, Louis on 24. To say you are learning is one thing, but without the change of disposition that learning should bring about, it is just talk. You know, so we hope that this goes beyond talk and we see a change in behavior, disposition. Atkinson ball to Louis leaves alone outside the off stump through to the keeper, and there is no run. The score remains at 74 without loss. Fidel da Silva is saying all the drugs and criticism Brathwaite has received for his performance and captaincy has finally gone through him and is making a conscious effort to perform better at long last. Fidel, that's a solid point. Over the wicket comes in ball to Louis. He flicked this away. In the onside, they gone for one, they touchdown, they're coming back for two. I really want to see where that ball came from because he looks up in the air. After playing the flick shot, he looks up in the air, 76 without loss. Ben Stokes clapping away. I just want to see the replay because he looks, I am convinced that he looked up in the air. And for a moment, I looked up in the air too because I thought that ball went into the air. Nonetheless, two more to Louis. He's on 26, 76 without loss. As Atkinson makes his way, three slips and a gully, comes in both to Louis and Louis beaten outside. He's out, he's hedged behind. I thought that he was beaten again, but he hedged behind and he's out caught. So Atkinson pitched up and he edged it behind, and Louis goes again for the fourth time in the series. He has gone caught behind, and it is that twirl that resulted in that. Look, the twirl, look at it now. That twirl, that Kavem out caught behind. That ball was wide outside the off stump. He should leave it alone. I am not going to boast. But if Louis decide to spend 3 months with me, 3 months with me, and he does everything that I told him, he complete every task that I give him to such an extent. I'm not going to say it because maybe the connectivity probably think I was talking rubbish. No, I'm going to say, here come McKenzie now. Coming back to your point, Fidel da Silva. If Mikyle Lewis spent 3 months with me and complete every task that I give him without hesitation and at the intensity that I required it, he'll be a sure pick in this West Indies team for the next 10 years. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slip and a wide gully. 5 slip and a wide gully. Look for this in-swinger. It's going to be an in-swinger. I'm telling you that. I'm convinced that it will be an in-swinger. Up ball to Kirk, he leaves it alone outside the half stump through to the keeper, and there is no run. End of over number 22. West Indies 76 for 1. Mikyle going caught behind. Yeah, you know, cricket is cricket. Any batsman can out caught behind and all of those things. You get out. That's why the game ends, because person get out. I mean, nobody bat right through the innings. But you just know that he's a candidate waiting to out caught behind. The English knows it. 4 out of 5 times he has been out caught behind. Now, Fidel, it is good that constructive criticism have bring out a determination from the captain. You know, not just wily criticism, but constructive criticism. And it brought out a determination. And this is what we want to see. This is what makes us proud when our captain is fighting. There have been some awkward moments in his innings thus far, but he's still there on 50 as they brought back Mark Wood to rough him up. Wood over the wicket, ball to Brathwaite, beaten outside the half stump through to the keeper, and there is no run. You know, so in Mikyle, I think there's a good player there. I definitely think that there's a good player there. Is it Louis or is Mark Wood or is Woakes? It's Wood, yes, it's Wood. I definitely think there's a good player there. I just think there's just this one key. Well, I can solve the problem, you know. So Jimmy Adams can solve it, man. I can solve it. Wood over the wicket now, ball to Brathwaite, and Brathwaite beaten outside the half stump. He probably tucked his bat in at the last moment, and it goes through to the keeper, and there is no run. I have no doubt that Louis is going to be a better batsman by the time South Africa comes around, because I'm sure that these highly paid West Indies coaches are seeing the issue, and they should work on it. And I believe that Mikyle is determined enough to solve the issue, and he will evolve into a better player. Brathwaite second as Wood comes in, bowls to him, taken on the pad. That one comes back in sharply, but it going over the stump. He's down. Oh, he's hit on the family Joel. He is hit. Brathwaite has been hit on the family Joel, and he's down for the count. Don't worry though, he's still going to have children. Don't worry about it. That one came back and let's, oh, flush. Whoa, flush on the family Joel, and the West Indies cap. Oh my God, flush on the family Joel, and he's down for the count. Oh my God. Why do we always laugh when someone is hit on the family Joel? Blessings, Oran Hernandez. Why? A 90 miles per hour delivery. I think you know, these box nowadays though are more highly developed. Sit down. You see the physio is there standing. What can he do? What can he do? Yeah? Sit down, man. You're not needed. You can do nothing, Mr. Physio. What are you going to do? It's on the family Joel. On the family Joel that he was hit. Sit down. Triceps, forward short leg, Wood bowl to Brathwaite, and the front foot drives. Would have stopped it, and the field that mid-off backed up. That's been Stokes, and there's no run. 76 for 1 in over number 23, as that one was pitched up by Hood, and he just, wow, Hood hitting Brathwaite and the family Joel. So Hood hitting Brathwaite and the family Joel. Very interesting times in cricket. Brathwaite seconds as Hood comes in now to Brathwaite. As he seconds, 3 slips on a forward short leg, ball short. He places away through gully, running down towards the third man boundary. They are giving chase. The ball wins 4 runs. And so there was just that hesitation between Bashir and Duckett, who should go for the dive. And that fraction of a hesitation allows the ball to go into the boundary for 4. Good shot there by, it opened the face of the bat. Good, effective strokes by Brathwaite. 4 more runs, and West Indies now moves up to 76. 76 for 1 in over number 23. 80, sorry, there were 76 before. 80 for 1 in over number 23. As Hood is on his way now. Final delivery of the over. Ball to Brathwaite, and Brathwaite just places down back the offside of the pitch for the bowler who field, and there is no run. 89 miles per hour, that one again. After 23 overs, West Indies 80 for 1, winning the toss and decided to bat. Mark you, the only change to the West Indies playing 11 was that Gudakesh Motie retook his place in the team ahead of Kevin Sinclair, blessing Oran Hernandez. Steve Allen is saying, good morning, Mr. Brown. Good morning. Good morning to you, Steve Allen. It's a pleasure having you here. Gerard Mead is saying, our batters continue to move in line with the ball after the bowler's pass instead of before. And that's an observation from Gerard Mead that our batters are really late in getting in line. And we are really, let's watch now. Comes in, I'm looking for the inducker into McKenzie, and McKenzie drives pleasantly through the offside. He's going to run away very close to the boundary. That's there now. 4 more runs for McKenzie. He comes onto the front foot and he drove that pleasantly through the offside down to the boundary for 4. He's off the mark, and West Indies 84 for 1. As we approach lunch on the first morning of the third and final test. And they're just showing the difference between how early is it that Brook was into his shot. But again, that earliness, ball to McKenzie, and he cuts away over the top down to the boundary for 4. He's not going to die wondering today. He's going to play his strokes here this morning. 4 more runs for McKenzie. The score moves up now to 88 for 1. That was short outside the off stump, and he cut it. He didn't look to keep it down. He hit it up in the air, over the top, down to the boundary for 4. Those are 2 good shots by McKenzie. But we have to look for the delivery coming back. So those were going away from him, and he played 2 good shots. But let's look now. Are they setting him up for the in-swinger? Atkinson to McKenzie, ball to McKenzie, allows that one to go through outside the off stump. Well played by the young man. The score moves up. The score stays at 88 for 1 in over number 24. So well played. He allows that one to go through outside the off stump. This tells me that he's not just come out and firing his irons, but is selection, shot selection, because that one was pitched up again for him to drive. He realized it was not in his zone, and he allows it to go through, and that's all you can ask for. If you get a good delivery and it's out, off the back foot, what a shot from McKenzie, down to the boundary for 4. Lovely shot that was shot outside the off stump, and he stood and he played it at the top of the bounce, down to the boundary for 4, and this looked like the McKenzie that was in Australia. Oh, what a lovely shot forward of point. And all those fielders behind the bat, they have nothing to do so far. On the top of the bounce, and he hit it away through cover, down to the boundary for 4. Lovely shot. Lovely shot by McKenzie there. He's turning it on here now. As he secures Atkinson into McKenzie, and he allows it to go through outside the half stump. He leaves that one on length, and it goes through at top of the stump, and there is no run. So 3 pleasing shot by Kirk McKenzie in this over. Good start, young man. Good start. West Indies 92 for 1 as we go up to lunch on the first morning of the third and final test. Ball to McKenzie, and he down the leg side. He looked to turn that away. The end of the over, and at the end of over number 24, West Indies are 92 for 1. Brathwaite is on 54. McKenzie is on 12. And he played 3 lovely shots in that over. good looking shot, and just looking now to consolidate. 92 for 1 over number 24. We're probably getting 3-4 more overs before lunch. So now West Indies can really now looking to look, and now we're just trying to tick off these 4 overs before lunch. We could just before overs. Mark Hood, I don't think they're going to bowl in 4 overs in this spell. I just think that this will be his final over in this spell. I just think so. So they bring him back for 2 overs to get a wicket. I don't see them bowling him for 4 overs. Over the wicket to Brathwaite, and Brathwaite cut this away down to the sweep on the boundary, and the score moves up now to 93 for 1. As that ball went down to the boundary just now, and there's a sweep on the boundary, did England give Brathwaite the singer to get at McKenzie? Is this mind game here? It's going to be very interesting. After they agree, so just push back the man on the boundary, give him the singer, and let us get at McKenzie. So there's 3 slips, a backward point, a mid-off, and there's also a leg slip. Ball to McKenzie, who defends out into the onside, and there is no run. So let me give you the field. 3 slips, a backward point, there's a leg slip, a forward short leg, and a mid-on. And there's a man on the long leg boundary. He's more almost round to backward square leg, but not quite round to backward square leg. So that's the field. 3 slips, a backward point, as McKenzie faces up to Hood, who makes his way now. He's over the wicket, ball to McKenzie, and McKenzie's bowled! Middle stump knocked out of the ground, and McKenzie goes for 12, and West Indies lost their 2nd wicket, beat for pace, beat on the inside edge, as it came back into him, and the middle stump knocked out of the ground. Mark Hood getting the wicket of McKenzie, and he goes for 12. Let's look at the delivery. It comes back in inside edge, beaten, and it was middle stump knocked back. McKenzie goes for 12, and England picked up their 2nd wicket. McKenzie gone for 12. Was I correct when I said that England gave Brathwaite the singer to get at Kirk McKenzie? Was I correct? You know, was that the mind game? So McKenzie gone for 12, and the pressure will only increase on him in the 2nd innings. As Athanaze comes to the crease, West Indies 93 for 2 in over number 25. Kirk McKenzie gone bowled by Mark Hood. The middle stump knocked back. It seems like he probably got an inside edge as he thought the ball. It seemed to me that it came off the inside edge as he thought the ball was going across him. But I keep on saying, looking for the ball coming back. If I can be here and saying, looking for the delivery coming back, isn't the coaches telling these young batsmen this, that they are going to bowl the outswinger to you and try to nick you off? But the ball that is coming back into you is also a dangerous delivery. So you should be looking for that one. Let's watch though as Hood comes in now to Athanaze. He's in ball to Athanaze, and Athanaze defends. He looks solid. He places out to the man at short cover, and there is no runs. And that short cover is placed there because they think that's a weakness. That's a weakness. And look, it's the more I look at that dismissal, look at Kirk McKenzie, his front foot. Look where his front foot was. He was looking at the ball, but look where his front foot was. Look where Kirk McKenzie's right foot was. You know, there's just no excuse for that dismissal. Ball to Athanaze. And he's out caught, no, on the bounce. Why did he need to play at that one? It was wide outside the arch stump, and all of a sudden, the West Indies batsmen are giving me jitters. After a good start, they begins to give me jitters because there's no way that Athanaze needed to play at that delivery. 3 slips, a backward point, a cover, a mid-on, a forward short leg, a leg slip, and a man on the long leg boundary. That's the field. Mark would bowl to Athanaze and he whipped this away. Passed the man a forward short leg. Oh, he stopped it. I thought it passed Pope, but he stopped it. For a moment, I thought he passed Pope, but it didn't. 93 for 2 at the end of over number 25. And I wish I can get a... So that one came off his foot. Was it in the air? Was it... There's a chance for a catch? I want to see a picture, a still picture. It was in the air. Wow. So if someone had caught it, it would have been out caught. If someone had caught it, he would have been out caught. I want to see a still picture of Kirk McKenzie dismissal. And I think the coaching staff should be sitting down with Kirk McKenzie and look at that dismissal. There's no way whatsoever he was anywhere in a position to play that ball. His right foot was outside leg stump. Was he running over the wicket, ball down the leg side, and there is no run? Was Kirk McKenzie running? Look at that dismissal again. I know that the other day when I said they were running, persons take me on and said that no one was running. You know, but wasn't McKenzie running just now? Atkinson to Brathwaite down the leg side, he allows it to go through and there is no run. 93 for 2 in over number 26. Look at where his foot was. Look at that right foot. He had no intention of getting into line. And if a batsman has no intention of getting into line, isn't he running? That is just my opinion. Just my opinion. Over the wicket, ball, short, pull away, through mid-wicket, down to the fielder on the boundary. They go through for a single, 94 for 2. Brathwaite up to 55. 3 to come in over number 26. I think there'll be 1 over after this for lunch. You can imagine I did the entire 2-hour session. Please slash a like on the video, man. You need to reward me for doing this 2-hour session. Slash a like on the video, click on the subscribe button and support our hurricane relief effort. So there's 5 slip on a gully. I hope Athanaze concentrate. Up to the wicket, ball to Athanaze, down the leg side. Look to turn it away, through to the keeper, and there is no run. 2 deliveries to come, or 3. So it should be 2 deliveries to come. I'm almost sure that 3 deliveries have gone before. Nonetheless, the scorecard is saying 3 to come. I don't think this will be the last over there, you know, but there should be another over. I think there will be another over. West Indies 95 for 2. Up to the wicket, ball to Athanaze, and he turned this away. Through mid-wicket. They're gone for 1. They are back for 2. The fielder catches up with it. They're second and 2. 97 for 2 in over number 26. Athanaze is off the mark. West Indies 97 for 2. Brathwaite is on 56. Athanaze is on 2. 2 deliveries to come in this over. I hope this could be just the last over before lunch. As Athanaze seconds. Atkinson now. He begins to move in. He's on his way up to the wicket, ball to Athanaze, and Athanaze places to the man at short mid-wicket, and there is no run. One delivery to come before lunch. Well, let's hope so. There could be another over. 97 for 2. Brathwaite is on 56. This is a good innings from the West Indies captain. Athanaze is on 2. Let's watch the field. So the field, as I said, there's a mid-off and there's a mid-on, and there's a man on the back, you call him 45. Over the wicket, ball to Athanaze, and he looks to pull, and he's bowled off the bottom edge. Oh, he looks to pull and was all bowled off the bottom edge. And again, West Indies is collapsing in front of our very own eyes. Athanaze, wow, he looks to pull a delivery, got the bottom edge, and he's all bowled. I can't speak. It was a nothing delivery before lunch. He looks to pull. He was in no position to play that pull shot, and he's out bowled off the bottom edge, off stump, knocked back. Wow, he was in no position. He lost his shape all over the place. He lost his shape totally, looking to pull. And West Indies have lost their third wicket before lunch. It's lunch. And the stroke of lunch, I can't speak. Seem like these batsmen have lunch on their mind. Man, good morning, Jamor Summers. Seems like Gerard Mead is saying, once again, no foot movement caused McKenzie downfall. Does the helmet give modern batsmen a false sense of security? These batsmen techniques suggest that. Gerard Mead, that Kirk McKenzie dismissal is definitely scared of Mark Hood. His right foot was nowhere near the delivery. His left foot was on leg stump at best. His right foot, or his front foot, if you want to say, was outside the leg stump. I want you all to look back at Kirk McKenzie dismissal. And he has no intention of coming into line. And if a batsman has no intention of coming into line, he's running. Athanaze, it was a nothing delivery. In all likelihood, as you see there, it was the last delivery before lunch. Maybe if the wicket did not fall, they would have had one more over before lunch. Maybe. But in all likelihood, that would be the final delivery he would face in before lunch. Why he just didn't allow the delivery to go through? He looks to pull the delivery. He lost his shape totally. Look back at the dismissal. He lost his shape totally. Got the bottom edge. The ball cannon into his off stump. I can't speak. I just cannot speak. Why would he look to play that shot just before lunch? Only Athanaze can tell us. Oh, goodness gracious, say Fidel da Silva. I hope this is not a repeat of last week's disgraceful collapse. We need to score at least 300. Gerard Mead is saying, it seems that we are not learning from our mistakes. What else can be said, Gerard Mead? Brathwaite, the West Indies captain, said we learn. But I know that learning should bring about a change in disposition. Disposition. At learning should bring about a change in behavior. Learning should bring about a change in our actions. But Brathwaite can say that we are learning as much as he wants to say it. Until we see a change in our approach, it is just talk. Just talk. Urban Thomas is saying, Jaja, Jaja. And Steve Allen is not a number 3 bat. No way. Steve Allen is saying that about Kirk McKenzie. How can you disagree with Steve Allen? Even if you want to disagree with Steve Allen, Kirk McKenzie is not giving you the tools and the evidence to disagree with him. You can't counter what Steve Allen is saying. 5 innings, top score 12. Back foot and leg stump at best. It may well be outside leg stump. Would like to see a replay. Right foot outside leg stump. No intention of getting into line. Absolute scared. And in saying that also, we must not forget that Mikyle need to work on the ball outside this off stump. It cannot be 20. And Travis Brathwaite is saying, well, we could see that McKenzie was at the number 3. You know, McKenzie is going. I won't disagree with anyone who said McKenzie is not a number 3. But if you're going to say we let the few innings in Australia fools us, we could say we make the 1 innings in Zimbabwe from Chanderpaul fool us too. Because if you take away that 1 innings, Chanderpaul average, I don't remember it right out of my head. Chanderpaul also only have 1 good season in regional 4-day cricket. One good season. Athanaze only have 1 good season in regional 4-day cricket. If you look at someone who is in the squad who is not in the team, he only have 1 good season in regional 4-day cricket too. Kavem, and he has never performed for the West Indies A team either. Imlach have never ever performed for the West Indies A team. So while I agree with the first part of your statement, and I cannot disagree with the first part, the second part is disingenuous because we can list a number of players in the West Indies team 1 good innings. So it is not only limited that 1 good season or that 1 good series is not only limited to West Indies, but that is not only limited to McKenzie when we are talking about his failures. His failure at number 3 in this series cannot be defended. He is a failure. But then he has not been the only one who have had only one good innings and one good series. There are a number of other batsmen who have done. John P. Nicol is saying, Dr. Brown, that shot by Athanaze last ball before lunch is a classic example of a player lacking awareness, brainless guy. How can someone disagree with that? I have been here from 5 minutes to 5 this morning, 5 minutes to 6 in the Eastern Caribbean. I've gone now for 2 hours and 15 minutes. I will see you towards the end of the day's play. But for now, take care of yourself. Take care of your loved ones. See you for the last hour of the day's play.